Welcome to the Gate 7 International Podcast, your official English source for all things Olympiacos FC and Greek football.
The first day of training is when I realized, this is why they win the league every year.
When I spoke with Kevin, if I gonna sign or no for Olympiacos, he said, you are crazy, go direct, my friend.
Να πετύχω, ήθελα να μείνω στην ιστορία του Ολυμπιακού.
I can't speak, sure.
Yeah.
Έλα μαλάκα!
Σ' αγαπώ πάρα πολύ, Πειραιάς. Είμαι γάβρος πάντα, όλοι μαζί.
What's up, boys and girls? Back at it again. Another Sunday edition of Gate 7 International. Adi Lambro Costa here, all to chat with you guys. The latest transfer news and Ethniki Omada. International break is this weekend. How you boys feeling?
Well, international breaks are always peculiar for us journalists, especially for us working in England. But, well, you know, the English have a lot to look forward to with the World Cup coming up this winter. The team looks good. As for Greece, well, the team also, in my opinion, looks good. A lot of work to do, but we're gonna get into depth shortly, I'm sure.
Yeah, all good, Adi. I haven't watched a minute of football since the international break, so I have no idea. No, that's a lie. That's a lie. I watched the Portugal with, who was it? Serbia? No, not Serbia. They're already through. Who were they with? Anyway, they went through. It was kind of dramatic at a moment, but then it wasn't.
Yeah, who did they beat?
It was
again? God damn it.
Adi, the goddamn Google, put it in the machine. But then I turned on. Am I allowed to say it? Am I allowed to say it? North Macedonia with
Turkey,
Italy. That was with Turkey. And so yeah, it was interesting enough. Greek national team, never heard of it. Didn't watch it. I don't know. I'll watch the game tomorrow night. But yeah, it was on a Friday night, right? Was it on a Friday night?
Yes.
Yeah, like Friday night, guys, I'm going to be honest. Greek national team is not on the top of the to-do list. So,
well, as eloquent as always, Lambro, and you say that even as
I don't pretend
Greek Independence Day just passed us by. So happy Greek Independence Day to all of our listeners, even the non-Greeks. You know what? We're all Greek here. You follow Olympiacos, or you have a little bit of Greek in your heart. The parade is actually going on right here in Baltimore. I was going to take Michali to see it earlier, but it's entirely too cold outside. My son was having none of it. He also did have a little bit of a fever this morning, so we weren't pressing our luck. So forget that. Michali's having none of it, and we're just staying inside where it's nice and warm here, boys and girls. Anywho, but as always, guys, look, before we get started, there is no more perfect time to follow Olympiacos. One of the best times to follow a team is when the season's coming to an end and transfer season's about to kick off. It's always exciting. Who could come in? The possibilities are always endless when transfer season is upon us. So join the mission, boys and girls. Gate 7 International. Subscribe. Follow us on all of our social media platforms and join the conversation. Subscribe and you can become a member of the comment section and chat with us. We bring guests on live all the time. So come hang out with us, guys, more often, consistently, and help us build this community. And before we get into some of the post-match and some of the transfer stuff, a couple of quick announcements. Olympiacos DC, boys and girls. Second game of the UPSL season is tonight. I hope you guys like the teaser that was dropped for the docu-series. Another episode's going to come out later this week. Very proud of that. Happy to be a part of it. It's a lot of fun stuff. There's some very talented kids on this team. Game 2 is tonight. It's at Troy Hill Park. If you guys are located in Maryland or even Southern Pennsylvania, you want to come out, I will be there. After we're done recording, I am going to be heading to the field to hang out, watch the game, cheer the boys on. They're doing great things. This coming Wednesday, they have the finals in the Stewart Cup. The Stewart Cup Finals, that championship is one of the largest and most prestigious regional championships in the United States for non-pro football. So if you guys are around, again, it's going to be, I believe, in Maryland. Come check it out. It'll be Wednesday. We'll post more information about that. Now that that's over with, boys and girls, we have some very, very exciting stuff going on. Costa, what's the latest with the transfers?
Well, Olympiacos are already looking ahead. We said in the last episode, you and me, Ari, that there's a very difficult schedule coming up in the summer. Very little time for holidays. Some difficult games coming up as well, and Olympiacos will have to find a way to regain full fitness from the cup, from the playoffs. Which God knows why we have playoffs in the Greek in the Greek league. So Olympiacos are already looking ahead, and they're looking at all positions pretty much, except maybe that of the goalkeeper, unless there's something crazy happens. It is expected Thomas Vatslik, Christinsson, and obviously that Vatslik and Christinsson are obviously going to be around, as will Zolakis. But obviously, teams are still looking at Vatslik. It's very unlikely that anyone would try and sign him, but it seems like Olympiacos are okay at the goalkeeper's position for now. But judging on what we're seeing right now, there was an article from Gazeta as well, which was, in my opinion, very spot on. Olympiacos might need at least one center back because Pape Abou Cissé has been linked with a lot of teams in the Premier League and around Europe. I have it in good authority. I've written about it in the Sun that Newcastle have been interested in signing Cissé in the upcoming summer transfer window. Now, when it comes to fullbacks, I know you rarely hear us here in the show talking about how Olympiacos need at least two fullbacks, one for each position. We rarely talk about this. We should be talking about this a little more often, if that is the truth, especially me. As it stands, Kenny Lala is in a difficult position. Androutsos as well. We don't know how Vrusai, what the plan is for Vrusai next season. And there is a chance Oleg Reabchuk and Surlis are going to be covering the left flank. But as it stands, Olympiacos obviously are going to go for at least two fullbacks as it stands, with Androutsos and Lala up in the air. Karbovnik is obviously leaving, going back to Brighton, and they're going to do whatever they want to do with him. Midfield, there's a lot of disappointment with Madi Kamara. There's a lot of disappointment with Koundé. Agibu Kamara has been linked all over the place, especially in the Premier League, and people around him are confident that he will be in the Premier League this summer, as first broken from me at the Sun. So as I see it, again, at least two signings over there. Wingers, Onyekuru and Lopez are leaving, especially Lopez, who's on loan and nobody really is thinking about needing him. Valbuena has reached an age where he cannot do much. Cabela is one of the top targets, and Olympiacos seem like a very likely destination. As for the number 10, there's Carvalho, there's Fortounis, and for the strikers, it all depends on what happens with El Arabi, really. If El Arabi signs a new contract, then maybe Olympiacos are not going to go for another striker, but obviously if he leaves, then there's going to be a striker as well.
Absolutely. Thank you for that quick rundown, Costa. We appreciate it. And, before we get into some of the names, there is something that should be at least exciting to us, right? Because everybody has been kind of upset with how the team has been. Many people have called for an entire overhaul, some a coaching change as well. But there was some news today that at the very least, we should see a decent amount of movement over the summer. You brought up all of the positions, all of the situations there. And in Gazeta today, this came out literally maybe a couple hours before we recorded or before we're going live here now. Gazeta said 5 to 8 signings over the summer. Olympiacos is planning for 5 to 8 signings. So it sounds like they're pretty much as unhappy as we are. And we can expect probably 1 to 2 signings at the fullback position. Thank God. I'll believe it when I see it, though, because we've been saying this. It's been it's been said for what? This is now 1, 2, 3, 4 straight transfer windows, right?
Yeah,
that we
2
brought
years.
up fullbacks. So I'll believe it when I see it, but it's a good sign that, hey, they're saying, look, we have a lot of work to do, because there is a lot of work to be done. Costa, you brought up a really good point about Cissé. Look, Cissé is our most valuable asset as it stands with the players that have been playing. He is the one that is going to get us the most money. Forget Agibu, forget Madi. It is Cissé. And if the rules pass, we talked about the new rules regarding financial fair play. If those rules pass, there is no equity investment that Marinaki can make that will help us spend more money for budgets and things, for transfers. We will have to sell. We will have to do business in order to be able to bring new signings in. So hopefully everything goes well. But for me, at the very least, I am happy to see that the club recognizes, look, there's a lot of moves that need to be made, a lot of changes. Labro, how do you feel, buddy? You're the most aggrieved, I think, out of all of us here. So how do you feel, buddy?
No, I just think I don't know if 5 to 8 is even going to be enough, to be honest. I don't know if it's because if you're thinking about it at center back, you're going to lose Markovic, let's say, Ba, probably Cisse. So that leaves you what with the 3 Greek center backs, Socrates, Manolas, and Avram. That's your center back. So you need 2 center backs. The midfield, you have Mari Kamara maybe leaving. You have Kunde leaving, which we went over. You have also Agi Bukamara maybe leaving. Also, I wouldn't be surprised in seeing maybe seeing some other players pushing for moves, maybe if they're not super happy in the midfield. Andreas Puchalakis, if he wants to make the move abroad, maybe he wants to do that this summer. He is turning 29, almost 30. If he's ever going to go, he's going to do it now. And then, the wingers, I don't know, Gary Rodriguez, I guess, will stay, I guess. Onyekuru and Lopez, as you said, is gone. Vurusai, I read, may leave, and he's not even playing on the wing anymore. So what does that really leave us with? I don't know. Not a lot. Something not mentioned too, El Arabi hasn't signed a new contract. We only have 1 striker. What is it? Hassan's going to come back and be our striker with Tiquinho. You may need another striker.
Yeah. A lot of changes.
There's a lot of transfers that need to be done. There's a lot. And I don't know. I always try to hold off from talking about transfers until maybe May. I think the free transfers are interesting, but the names, I don't know. It's so hard to link people now and to even sign someone now. Things change so rapidly. So I don't know, like, are changes needed? Yes. But who's it going to be? Who knows? Like, we have names, but are those names accurate? Who knows? So that's my feeling, really. I don't have a very strong feeling about it. I'm more just kind of wait and see approach. But all I know is it's going to be a clear out, I think, this summer, more so than 5 to 8 for sure. I think there's some big departures and some unexpected ones that I think could happen, which I don't want to say exactly who's going to go, but I think 1 or 2 people who people weren't expecting will leave as well.
Costa?
I agree. I think Labro makes a very good point. I mean, let's look at this as let's look at this as analytically as possible. Fullback position, I believe 1 is needed for each position. Somebody to give Reapchuk a bit of competition. I want to see more from Kitsos, but Reapchuk needs competition. Definitely someone for right back. I could do with either Lala or Androutsos being the number 2 or Vrusai being the number 2. So we got 2 players already. That's 2. Cisse is very likely to leave. So there's 3. Somebody for center back, and we need someone pretty good for that. I still believe in Ba personally. I still believe that Ba is not done. So I'd be very interested to hear how next season works for him. Midfield, Madi, in my opinion, is going to leave. Agibu is going to leave. So maybe
Kunde surely is going to leave. He hasn't played in months, man. When was the last time Kunde played 90 minutes?
Ages,
Ever?
but I haven't given up on Kunde personally. But yeah, he could leave. So there's 6 right there.
That'll depend on training camp, I think. Kunde, it'll depend on what he does at training camp. 100%.
Absolutely. Then you got Lopez, who's definitely leaving, Onyekuru, who should leave. So that's already 8. And then maybe El Arabi. So maybe 9. I think we are looking at least 8 players leaving, my opinion. Could go to 9, could go to 10. But I think Labro is very right. And that's quite a trap over there. And Olympiacos need to handle this carefully like they have in the past few summers. And that is hold on to as many players as you can during the qualifiers. And at the same time, start looking for players to come in and replace them as soon as possible. Don't let any Gary Rodriguez situations happen where, they come in like almost mid-season. And after the qualifiers are done, hopefully they go well, then you start pulling the plug. So I think that's how Olympiacos are going to go. Yes, there's going to be a lot of players leaving, but it's going to be very gradual. They're going to be holding on a lot of players as long as possible until Olympiacos hopefully make it to the Champions League or at least the Europa League. So there we go.
Well, I think it's also going to be about at the very least, right, keeping a core of players,
Yes.
a core of players that perform well, maybe the best performers, and the ones that we can build something off of. Then the ones that didn't provide anything for us, maybe we ship those off. So when it comes to our core, right,
You have the spine, Adi. You do have a spine with
We
this
do.
team. You
We
have
do.
Vachlik, the two central
Yep.
defenders, and Villa going forward. You have maybe Remy Cabella, maybe João Carvalho, and then you have Tequinho or El Arabi. It's just the sides are so miserable.
Exactly.
I think that's the big problem. And
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, Lambro, because we know that especially depending on what happens with the finance rules with UEFA. We don't know how much we're going to be able to spend, what deals we're going to be able to swing with loans or free transfers. So let's look at what's available to us, like our loanees, our academy products. For fullback, for wing, is there anybody that you want that you think, look, instead of maybe looking for a transfer, let's give this guy a shot first. Let's bring this guy into training camp and see if he can do something for us. Is there anybody at the fullback position? I count Kitsos as one because I know that he's training, but we rarely see him. So would you want to see him brought up as the second to Oleg? Or would you prefer a signing for the left back?
No, I just don't trust it, guys. Like Olympiacos, especially if Martins wants to play 3-4-3 next season, you can't go with Reabchuk and Kitsos in that. But you need to bring some real competition for at least Reabchuk. I'm insistent on that. Kostas Tsimikas' departure has really affected Olympiacos, just like Omar El Abdelawi's did. And I mean, no more jokes, no more experiments, no more magician apprentices, like we call it in Greece. No more magicians in training. Just bring someone.
Yeah,
There's
I think you
a
have
couple,
to go big.
I
You
see
have
what
to
you're
bring in
saying.
Mohamed Drager, I think.
Stop.
I think it's calling for experience in the Champions League. Mohamed Drager has scored 2 goals in Switzerland in 8 games. Is he the answer to the problems? I want to say yes. Oh, God. Is he even our
I'm
player
not going to
still?
say it.
I don't, is
Yes.
he even our player? Yes,
Yes,
technically.
he is.
I don't
He's on
know.
loan.
He is. Well,
Okay.
we do. Chad
Jesus
is chiming in on a couple of things regarding
Okay.
transfers. So let's
Nice.
see. Let's see a couple of these. We got Sparrows here. How much will we make over the summer through transfers, you reckon? Our only
25, 30.
sellable asset is Cisse. So whatever we sell him for, that's who we're getting the most of the money for.
No, but come on, Adi. You make 12 from Cisse. Let's say 12. Is that too much? Is 12 too much?
At
Or is
least
that
12 from Cisse.
12?
I think we're going to be expecting 12 to 15.
And let's say 2.5 from Henry Onyekuru. I know that's. I actually don't even think you can sell him. I think it's going to be a loan.
It's going to be a loan. Yeah.
I don't think he's
he'll
sellable.
Yeah.
Shit. Koundé, like 1 million euros maybe. So 13. Baby Kamara, if you want to sell him for 5 to 7 million, I think that's the going rate.
I think it's going to be over. With if Agibu goes, I think it's going to be at least 10, my opinion.
You think 10?
I hope so. I'm worried that his second half of the season is going to.
No, people understand, Adi. Like, they understand he's a young player playing his first professional season. They'll get the production drop off. I think he has 7 after 10. So then you're looking at 22. And there's sort of those like niggly transfers for 1, 2. I think he reached 25 to 30 million euros for sure.
Madi as well.
Andrutsos will get us.
Andrutsos, Madi Kamara as well.
Madi.
I think for sure if you're looking to sell, you reach 25 to 30 million euros this summer.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like that's a little optimistic.
I think Kenny Lala goes for 3 million back to a French team. I think that's a good price. I think a French team would pay 3.5 million euros for Kenny Lala.
You don't think he'll stay?
No, I don't think he wants to be here. I think I was talking to Costa about this, and he didn't Costa with the C, obviously not my favorite Costa here. He said like, oh, he's out of it. I looked at his CV. He'd never left France before he came to Olympiacos. Like literally never had left the country. So I think that was a big homesickness. I think a lot of people undersell that, but when someone is like literally stays in the one same part of their country and then goes abroad to a country like Greece for the first time,
Yeah.
could be difficult. Like other players are typically not like that. It's something I keep an eye out on, and I'm the body expression doctor. I'm always looking at these things. I read this in his body expression. I think he goes, and I think it's 3 million euros. I think French teams would want a French fullback who has proven themselves at Liga. Like they see it kind of like, we're bringing this guy home who's had a hard time abroad. We'll pay 3 million euros fine. So
that would be interesting. That would be interesting. I still think it's a little optimistic. I don't see us getting realistically 20 million this summer for players. That would be great. I just don't see it happening.
But you're looking at the players who are almost definitely leaving.
But that's 20 million plus is like if you sell the players who are worth the money as well. So if you're reaching 20 million, Cisse has to go, Mari Camara maybe has to go, or Baby Camara has to go. So to reach 20, you're really looking at Madi or Agibu combined with Cisse, maybe with a few other pieces, in my opinion.
I hear what you're saying.
And to remind you, there's also the Ruben Semedo element into this. He's on loan.
That is true. He's technically not gone. And supposedly they don't fucking want him to. I read the other day.
I don't know. Porto had been pushing for him. Weirdly had been
supposedly
pushing.
He's quite fat. Like, that is what I read. He's like...
He was overweight. Yeah, true. Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, there's also MLS. There's also Saudi Arabia. There's also, those incredible leagues.
I think he'd fit in Saudi Arabia. I don't know. Have a feeling.
And it depends on what happens, with his league, the legal side of things. But anyways, to answer the initial question as well, when it comes to wingbacks, who do we, out of all the Loanees we have, which is not that much, we're not Chelsea. Well, Leonardo Kutris, although he hasn't played for a very long time for Fortuna Düsseldorf, he hasn't played for a while. Out of all of them, Leonardo Kutri, someone for the left. And I wouldn't mind it at all. Little competition for Reabchuk.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like his career is dead at 26 years old, barely playing for Fortuna Düsseldorf. I don't know. It's kind of, that seems like a career ending at the high level ACL injury he suffered. I don't know. That's just my feeling.
This is the end. He was on a 2-year loan, so he comes back.
2-year loan. Yeah. It's
he
incredible.
was on a 2-year loan, and his contract runs not this summer, next summer. So he'll still be on contract for 1 more year. I'm curious what'll happen. Maybe we give him a look. I don't know. I mean, we all remember some of the reported issues and exchanges that Martins and Kutris had before, but we'll see what happens. I would like for him. I think he has something to offer this squad at the very least. And while we're on the subject of the loans, Vetanos asked if any of our loan players have done anything to deserve a chance this season. Costa, you brought up Kutris. What about Radejevic?
I'd be up for that. I'd be up for.
Supposedly he wants to stay in Spain, though. I read he did an interview with Gazeta like 2 months ago. He was like, I'd prefer to stay in Spain.
Interesting.
Well, screw what he wants. If they don't pay the money, he's coming back, I guess. Jesus Christ. That's what
right. And then we should also bring up too, Chumic hasn't looked half bad. He's getting minutes. Apparently he's looking all right. And then he's in the shittiest
team in all of Switzerland, so I feel for him, I think. So it's really bad. It's really bad, man.
I don't think he'll get a look, only because over the summer there were reports that Martins was getting upset with him for kicking rocks at practice. Apparently he was not taking things seriously. So I doubt, I just see that like once Martins has his mind made up about you with something, he seems to go with that, so I don't know how much I trust that. Do you think Pepe comes back?
Yeah,
Do you
I've seen these comments about
Pepe has been doing very well, guys. He's been doing quite well in Portugal. 25 appearances in the league, 3 goals, 5 assists, and a lot of minutes. Like the guy does start over there.
I forgot he's alive. Yeah. Like what?
At Famalicão, on loan at Famalicão, and he's playing quite well actually. So, and Olympiacos will need something for midfield. He's
24 years old as well. To be honest,
he's very young. So you know what? I mean, I'd be up for it. I mean, definitely bring him back for preseason. My opinion.
Now,
Yeah,
Here's the thing. He played really well for Famalicão last season also.
Yeah.
When we sent him back out on loan. Then he came back this summer and we saw kind of the same thing. Like, he's a good player. He's a technical player, but we need somebody that's a little bit more physical or somebody that imposes himself more. And
how that worked with
that.
fucking Koundé, huh? Really physical and Mari Camara, real physical. God, Jesus Christ.
Yep. And then of course, don't forget, I mean, Maxi Lovera's probably coming back also.
Oh shit! We should message our Cypriot friends about that.
Yeah, see how he's doing. He's been playing, so he's playing over there. So
Hasn't he been playing like
see.
right back or something? Did I read that correct? Like the other day, he was playing right back for them.
He's been, he has played.
Maybe he's the answer to our fullback problems. He's played 5 games for them.
God, can you imagine? Can you imagine if we're sitting here like? I mean, look, he only played right back once, as far as I know. I know that most of the time he's been playing as like left wing or like an attacking mid for them. But he did play right back for them once. But I'm just imagining like here we are next year, and it's like, oh my God, our MVP of the season is right back Maxi Lovera. It's such a weird Twilight Zone thing to think about. But yeah, I think of the loan players that we have, I think it's reasonable to expect that, you know, at least a few of them will come back to training camp. Martins will get a look at them. Yanis Masouras kind of seems to have fallen off the face of the earth. He had a good season last season, and I don't see that he's playing much right now, which is a shame.
Playing for the shitty team in the Netherlands.
Yep.
He's not playing for them at all.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Oh, here's a comment. I would love this. Would you love to see an exchange Semedo for Sanusi? Funny thing is, Porto fans are getting really ticked off with Zaidu. Zaidu Sanusi is like, I don't want to say persona non grata, but there was so much fan hate coming after him that the coach has come out in the press and has been like, guys, look, he's really good. Remember, he's only been playing top flight football for like 3 years. And I mean, here we are looking at this. This is a guy that we were so ticked off that they got to before him, and they're like, get rid of him. I would do that trade in a heartbeat. Guys, keep Semedo. Give me Zaidu. I'll take him. Then we get both left backs they wanted.
So I mean, in my opinion, let's name the players that are on loan now for Olympiacos, and maybe we can name which ones we would like for preseason.
I think it's easier just name who we want for preseason because that list is going to be very short.
It's a short list. It's a short list for loan anyway.
Yeah,
so we can just say yes or no. Yeah,
it is. Yeah. Okay,
we'll start with.
Wait, who is? What is this for? Just come see them in preseason or
preseason?
Yeah, basically, I think that's the fairest to say. Yeah, because we don't know how well they're going to fare. Well, number 1, Ruben Semedo. 1, 2, 3. No.
God damn no. God damn no.
Ahmed Hassan.
Yes.
I'd be all right. Yeah. Bring him back for preseason. Definitely bring him from preseason.
Yep.
Pepe.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Lazar Adzelovic.
Yes.
No.
Massimiliano Lovera. No, that's a no.
He's not good
here's
enough.
The thing.
He's not
here's
good
the
enough,
thing.
is he?
If Martins is not coach, then yes. But if Martins is still here, then no.
Martins will be here.
Martins will be here. God damn.
And that's the caveat because he's not going to use him in the manner that we want him used in. He's going to play him as like this out and out left wing that I don't think he plays super well in, and I don't think he fits well in the system. So
also we're getting clogged up in the midfield if Costas Fortunis is supposed to be coming back. Remy Cabella,
Carvalho. So that's going to be a no for Maxi for me.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Leonardo Kutris, yes for me.
Yes for me too, but again,
just
because
look, I don't think he's there. I don't think his body is ever come back.
Well, for me, I don't think Martins will seriously consider him anyway. And if that's the case, we're wasting both people's time. You know what I mean? Let him find a team that will actually.
I don't know where he could even go. Like, I don't think he would want to stay in Greece, but his like body, I think, is not all there. He knows where he'd go.
Just 3 more to go. Yanis Masouras.
No.
Do we need it? No. Nikola Tsumic. No for me.
Maybe
he's
not a winger. He'll take you to the next level. It's like, what are we doing together? Like, what's our we're wasting each other's time. You know, it's almost like go back on loan, have a full season with the team on loan, like have a preseason with the team on loan. I think a Greek team would act. Is this bad to say? A Greek team would be good for him.
Maybe,
But
maybe.
Greek teams never work out loan wise, do they? Do they
Well,
ever work?
didn't the last Greek team he went on loan to, he wouldn't play for because
No, that's Markovic who didn't
Oh,
play
that was
for
Markovic.
Larissa.
I thought that was
And-
Yanni Masouras that did that.
Both did it probably. Who wants to play for Larissa? No offense. God damn it. But
Okay.
anyway.
And last but not least, Alexandros Nikolias, which I haven't
This-
really seen him play.
This was the
What?
gift. This was the gift we gave Larissa. Remember, we got this random dude out of nowhere.
Who
I
is
forgot.
this? What?
We bought. You don't remember last summer? We like
And
this
then
was
we
an
ga-
out of
Is
the
this the
nowhere.
one we gave to Lamia on like a 3-year loan or something? What
No,
is
it was
this?
Larissa. We gave him the Larissa on like a 2 or 3-year loan. It was like a
What?
straight
What is
gift.
this guy's name?
Nikolias.
Nikolias, yeah. We gave this guy a loan. Like we brought him in on a 4-year contract and gave him like and put him on loan for 3 years to Larissa. You don't remember this? This was like one of the weirdest things we had seen. It was
It sounds
a
like
gift.
some major criminal activity going on. What?
It was a gift for
Oh,
Kukas.
Jesus.
He came
And he
from
plays-
Yanina. Thank you, Andrea.
Where does he play now?
He plays for Larissa, dude.
Does he play for Larissa, or it's like a bit of a joke? He doesn't
No,
play.
man,
or-
he's playing for them. He's
We
got
paid 600,000 euros for this guy. What? That sounds some like money laundering going on. What the hell?
yeah.
How's that
He's
even
got a goal.
300.
He's got a goal for them. No, I show
got a
here
goal for
300.
them.
He's
I
got
have
a goal
300K.
Super League 2 in the yeah, he's got a goal in
Yeah.
20.
Yeah.
20
So
league
let's just get
appearances.
no. I think no is the answer, right? Jesus.
So there you
I've
go.
never
So
seen him play as well, so I mean, yeah, I guess no.
Adi doesn't think we'll get to 20 million euros. You get 300,000 for. Even his mother doesn't know who. Like, come on, we'll get to 20 million.
Stop.
We'll make it.
Okay. Oh my god.
If
That's
one
it.
goal was
That's
the
the
best
list.
goal Larissa has ever seen, it was like the whole town came out on their balconies and they were saying, what was his name? Alexandros.
Nikolias,
And-
Nikolias.
Nikolias. And his
Oh my
mom was like,
God.
"That's my son." Now I remember. But anyway, let's.
Okay.
Anyway, moving
Okay.
on. We've already been on transfers
Fuck,
for
there's
over
only
a half
8 players
hour.
on loan. Jesus Christ, that's it. Usually it's like an army of them, like 20, 30.
Last season it was like 20. I remember going through doing the loan watches. I was like, Jesus, why do we have so many players? But yeah. So before we move on to hashtag bring back Bruma Sparrows, I love it. Before we move on to the Ethniki stuff, there's Costa. I just wanted to ask you about the latest regarding Remy Cabella. I know that things have kind of been heating up. We talked about him before. Is there any new movement on the Cabella situation? We were told it was pretty much like, hey, this is happening. Is there anything new on that front? Any movement? Are we expecting him anytime soon?
What I do know is that Cabella likes the possibility of joining Olympiacos. I'm not going to say keen because I think that's a stronger word, but he likes he would like a potential move to Olympiacos, but he's being targeted by other clubs as well. I don't think he's in any particular hurry as well. But Olympiacos are keen on Cabella. He likes the idea of coming and playing for Olympiacos, a team that have been playing in Europe almost nonstop every season. Pretty sure understands that this is also a team that gets through the group stages. I think we've covered this as well, that he has been contacted by both Mathieu Valbuena and Yann Villa. I telling him, I'm not sure if they told him, hey, dude, come to Olympiacos, but they did tell him that Olympiacos is a very good club and a very good and a very good prospect for him as well. That's all I know so far. We're going to keep hearing that name for quite a while, in my opinion.
Yeah, it seems like he's dragging it out. He seems. I went into detail about this, but just go on his Instagram. He seems like he enjoys the flair for dramatic. Seems like he wants to be on like Survivor French edition. He seems like the type with his tattoos and spiky French hair.
I knew it. I knew you were going to
These
bring
blonde
that up.
streaks, god damn it. But to be honest with you, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know how he turns down that nice French croissant to stay in Greece, but I guess I don't know. avoiding the croissant for Hispana
We
Cocktail.
got croissant here.
Hey, it's expensive to live.
Yeah,
in
but is it croissant? Is it pain au chocolat? Is it the best? I don't know. Is it? Like the butter is falling off, like onto your face. You're like, oh my god.
Stop.
We
You
could
sound
ask,
like
there's someone we can ask, Labro.
you sound
Oh,
like
yeah,
you
that
sound
is
like my
true.
wife right now. You sound
Yeah.
like my wife with that right now.
You must, Ari, you must have the coziest sofa in the entire world.
I think that's it about the transfers. Let's stop talking about Olympiacos. Let's.
Well, you got it. You said it, Lambro. Your wish is our command. Moving on from transfers, boys and girls. Greece versus Romania, the first match for the Ethniki Armada under Gus Poyet. 1-0 win in Bucharest against Romania. It was a very good first half. I was quite surprised, actually. We saw the 4-3-3. Costa, you and I talked about it. It was going to be 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1. A lot of the players that we asked for were on that field.
Yeah.
And while they were there, it looked pretty good. Plenty of scoring chances. Then in the second half, things started to take a turn, and we saw an adjustment to a 4-4-2. So we got to see two different things that I think Gus Poyet is going to stick with, the 4-3-3 and the 4-4-2. But all in all, it might have been a tight win, but I feel like the score line to me didn't properly reflect like what we saw on the field, especially in that first half. I mean, the team was dominant, and not just dominant in possession. I'm not talking about JVS. We have the ball, but we can't materialize a shot or a decent shot. No, there were quality attempts. The offsides call on Yakumakis, which I didn't think was offsides. It was a great opportunity. There were quite a few solid opportunities in that first half. I mean, even without the offsides, Yakumakis also had early on another opportunity. And look how dangerous he is when you're getting him the service. That's the type of player he is. That's why he's so important. If you can get him the service like we did in the first half against Romania, this Yakumakis has plenty of value for this Greek national team. What did you guys think about that game?
Let me start first, Costa. Let me start first here.
Course.
What channel was showing the game, Adi? Please remind me. Open goddamn TV. Okay, some of us, no offense, everyone, on a Friday night, we're maybe a bit busy. It was Independence Day, going for a few drinks, big party, make party. But anyway, they can't even put the goddamn highlights on YouTube. Like, I'm sitting here looking, I still can't even find the highlights. Some guy, like, with his iPhone posted videos of the goals. That's how I saw the goals. But anyway, first things first, I know nothing about the game. Sounds great, lovely, good stuff. Weird formation. Mandalos is your captain. Jesus Christ, God bless our souls when the going gets rough. But I've been watching the press conferences of Gus Poyet. I've been listening. He seems, I don't know. Do you guys watch these things? They post them on YouTube. But anyway, maybe I'm a bit weird. I watch them. He seems very cocky and arrogant.
Yes.
And kind of, he seems like the guy when the going's good, it's good, like ha ha ha, laughing and hugging. And when the going goes to shit, it's like, fuck you. Like, it's all your fault, you fuckers, not Gus Poyet, who played for Chelsea and bullshit. And you know what I mean? He seems like that type. Like, he's very charismatic. You can tell, but there's a bit of a mask, and it's like when you take that mask off, you're gonna see the real Gus Poyet. I think when the time goes tough, whatever. I'm just, again, the personality doctor. I'm here analyzing the body, whatever. What is it? The body analyst. I think he's a smart guy. I think he knows football. Listening to what he says, how a lot of them are talking bullshit. The press conference. Well, the lads had good training, and we gave it a go, and it was good shit. No, he actually gave a good conversation, and you were like, okay, he's actually answering questions. It's just, I feel like he's a goddamn flake. I'm going to say it right now. I think he's a flake, and I think when the going gets tough, Gus Poyet's going to be like he did with Ike, right? Do you guys remember this? At the end, he showed up for the season. He was like, listen up, everyone. It's a great season, but I'm getting the fuck out of here as soon as I can. And everyone was like, wait, what? What did this guy just say? So I don't know. I think there's some I love you, Gus Poyet, but I think there's some personality flaws that are going to come out. And that's my analysis. Not watching the game, not watching anything, just watching the interviews. He seems seems like that guy who's like, going gets tough. He's like, well, got that first flight to Uruguay. Let's go. Like, so long, fuckers. It's your problem now. But Costa with the real analysis of the game, please go.
Well, I mean, when it comes to Gus Poyet's personality, I'll be honest, I don't know much, but we did cover this last time out. He does speak his mind. He's never afraid to speak it. Yes, he is a very successful. He's been very successful in football, and he knows it. An incredible player for both Chelsea and Tottenham. A lot of success as a manager with Brighton, with Sunderland, and you know what, Ike as well. A lot of success there as well. Double-edged sword. On one hand, he won't take any shit from Nepo. On the other hand, he won't take any shit from Nepo. And Nepo are not well known for their wisdom or patience. But to the game now, I feel all in all good stuff. Very important that Greece got the win and a clean sheet against not an easy team at all. I feel like what we can expect from Gus Poyet, we saw it in the first half. He started out with a 4-2-3-1. That's the way Greece played when they attacked. When they defended, it was a 4-3-3 with Madalos pushing back with Siopis and Bouchalakis. Very good performance in the first half. A lot of tempo, which is what Gus Poyet likes. He likes tempo. He likes the lines being kept together, tightness in the lines. He likes the players pressing, especially high up. When the ball's not on them, you got to press and to get it back. A lot of runs, which is what he likes as well. It's all about tempo with this manager. So pressing and running, that's what he likes to see. And that's what we saw in the first half. A beautiful header by Bouchalakis, an amazing assist by Lazaros Rota, who Aris wanted to see at right back, and his wish was granted, thankfully. I was very glad to see this. I think the game would have looked a lot more different if Giacomakis' goal was allowed and it was not an offside. And if it was an official game, VAR would have picked that up and it would have been allowed. And with Greece 2-0 up already and the Romanians already booing their own team out, it would have been completely different in the second half. Second half was a lot more, was very hapless, was quite toothless from the Ethniki, but that was Poyet just trying new things, really, which we often see in friendlies. But nevertheless, that's what we can expect to see. What we saw in the first half, that's what you can expect from Poyet. And I got to say, I'm quite confident because there's going to be a lot more players coming in who can offer more tempo for Poyet, like Carlos Zeca, like Kostas Fortounis, like Giorgos Masouras, like Marios Vrousai. Hell, we're going to see Kostas Manolas coming back, which alone, that's going to bring a boost, I think, to the Ethniki, because you can have an experienced player coming back, maybe a quote-unquote soon-to-be or future Greek legend joining the ranks, maybe Sokratis Papastathopoulos, maybe Siovas if he finds a new team. And also, we see PAOK playing in the Conference League, which I hope is going to create a European mentality for the Greek PAOK players. Bakasetas and Siopis look set to win the Turkish league, so they could play in the Champions League next season. I mean, we saw Serif going to the Champions League. Maybe we're going to see Trabzonspor. So I'm hoping we're going to see more players gaining some European mentality. And with a real manager in the dugout and not an apprentice, I'm excited. The Nations League group, I think we've all seen it. Northern Ireland, Kosovo, and Estonia or Cyprus. Greece can and should win that. To have that
that's the group?
That's the Nations League.
When did
group.
I miss that? What? Northern Ireland? We're fucked. Northern Ireland's in our group? Oh my God.
Northern Ireland is in a group.
That's a footballing great country. They've done us in how many times?
They beat us. They gave us a hard time last time out.
Yeah,
But,
I don't
Greece,
think we're favorites in this, surely. Northern Ireland.
Yes, we are favorites. Greece can win.
No, Northern Ireland's a big team.
We can win this, and we should win this because in the Euro draw, there's nobody promising we're not going to get two really hard teams, two really tough countries in the table.
Yeah. Gus, I agree with you a lot. Everything that you brought up. I also want to give a little bit of a shout to Dimitris Pelkas. Now, I will preface this because I know that he gave a lot of balls away. His pass accuracy was about 60% on the evening when he was there. It wasn't that good. But what I did like were some of the looks that he had when he had the ball, splitting defenders. Just so you guys know, Pelkas had more than half of the total total through balls made by Olympiacos. There was no single player or combination of players that had as many passes to cut the defensive line open as Belkas. They
You
weren't
mean Greece, not
accurate.
Olympiacos, right?
Sorry, I
Yeah,
meant
sorry,
Greece.
sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
God,
Sorry,
getting
sorry.
tongue-tied
I was
again.
I was a bit confused. Sorry, man.
Yeah,
Go
no,
on.
I apologize.
Pardon.
Yes, for Greece. Sorry. And when you don't have a guy like Kostas Fortounis who can do that, Greece doesn't have a lot of creative players, unfortunately, that can do that. So that to me, even though he didn't,
Mandalos. I'm joking. Mandalos is tragic. I'm just joking. I really think that guy's bush league. I think he was the captain too. Jesus Christ.
he does it for Ike in Greece, but he doesn't seem to do it.
Yeah, he does it like
outside
with
of Greece.
Olympiacos. Like he's like, woo-wee, like Mandalos here to play. Like Jesus, he goes to Europe and it's like a train has hit someone. They're like the lights, you turn the headlights on the car and there's like the deer out there and it's like, oh shit, people running at me.
I don't think he was that tragic. I actually
He's
think he
so
was all
bad.
right.
God damn, he's terrible.
He's not flashy. Look, he's not a flashy guy. He's not Costa. He could never be Costa. But I think
he's no Bakasetas for sure.
Yeah, he stop.
Sorry.
You're on a roll today. You're on a roll today.
I know. It's been a while. I haven't been on the pod in a while. I've been holding these things in. No, but seriously, is Mantalos our captain? Did he announce this, or it was just for the game? Because that's what I read.
I think it was just for the game. I know that there's a couple of guys that are up in the air. Costa and I talked about this on the last show about who would we pick for captain, and it was tough. I mean, I wasn't I didn't want to give it to Bakasetas for reasons I've already brought up.
Yeah.
But Bukhalakis, I have issues with confidence guys or guys that need to have confidence when they play or do things, because that dictates everything. That dictates their mood. That dictates everything. And Costa, as I brought up on the last show too, me personally, I have never liked when a goalkeeper has been my captain.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I don't like that as well. I was about to say, like, Vlachodimos seems like one of the key characters, but I'm like, I feel like I hate when goalkeepers are the captain.
I did. When I was playing, I hated it. Like, I you just hear them screaming, especially if you're downfield. And I mean, I'm not a big fan. I like midfielders, whether it's an attacking midfielder or a defensive midfielder, somebody that's involved, always going to be involved in the play. I think that's who should be your captain, because he's around the pitch and that's the person you could be screaming about. We saw it with Bakasetas before. He actually got the armband also when Mandalos was subbed off. So
who was the midfield that started? It was Mandalos, Bukhalakis, and who?
Siopis.
Okay. I don't think that's the worst midfield in the world.
No, and actually I do want to bring that up too, because Costa, we talked about the shift between the 4-3-3 and the 4-4-2. I don't know if you noticed this, but I wasn't sure, and I wanted to make sure that when I looked at the data when it populated that it confirmed it. It did. When we switched to the 4-4-2, right? Bukhalakis left. We brought in Bakasetas. Technically, he was like sitting behind the striker. So when we switched to that 4-4-2, and it was Mandalos and Siopis as the kind of like the center mid pairing with Bakasetas forward, our press actually got more intense and it was higher. Primarily because Bakasetas fresh legs and he was running up and down all over the place. But Mandalos started to hold his position more, which also let Siopis, who can run all day, also move around. So we effectively did have two mids that were almost constantly pressing the ball. Versus in the first half, it was sustained, but the pressure wasn't quite as intense as it got in the second half. But there was balance. Because the balance was we did not possess the ball as well under the 4-4-2 as we did with the 4-3-3. And I was curious what your thoughts were on that. Are you, just your first look here? Obviously, we have to see a lot more to get more data and to get a larger sample set of what's there. But the first look you had, did you prefer the 4-4-2 over the 4-3-3? Did you like the 4-3-3 better? What was the general shape? First looks, which one did you prefer?
Well, obviously, I preferred the first half performance with the 4-2-3-1 and the 4-3-3, changing.
Yep.
When they were attacking, it was 4-2-3-1. When they were defending, it was 4-3-3. Personally, I wasn't impressed with the second half, if I'm being totally honest. There was a difficult 5-minute a difficult 5 minutes that Greece had from the 68th minute till the 73rd, if I remember correctly, when Romania really picked it up. But you're right. I mean, there was balance throughout the game. There was a lot of pressure. There was a lot of tempo. The players are still learning this. It was obvious that they were rusty. It was obvious that they were green about it, which is very normal when a new manager comes in with a new philosophy, new demands, new character.
Yeah.
We talked about what a personality Poyet is and how intense he can be as well. All in, and let's not forget there were a lot of players missing. I liked what I saw. I think it shows a lot of potential moving forward. I think that with the addition of with the aforementioned players that I mentioned and some other players that we didn't mention, like George Baldock, God damn it, get that done. Put him in that right back. Get it over with.
Also, Costa, may I cut you off? And one
That, yeah. Go
Costa
ahead.
Levoyanis goes, asks for the other Lazaros Christodolopoulos, the long name. Does he not have a role in the team with his skill, experience, etc.? Set piece specialist, goal scorer, can come off the bench.
Yeah,
and
he's
he
right.
takes
He's
a shot at
absolutely right.
Hatziovannis. Come on, that wasn't necessary. That's below the belt. But anyway, takes a shot at him. No, I think that's right. Like, even when he was playing for Atromitos, like 30 minutes, he was quite good. Like, this team doesn't really have a player who even takes set pieces for this team. Pelkas, I guess. Did he last night? Chimikas should take the corners, in my opinion.
I don't remember.
But anyway,
honestly.
I think it's a really good idea. And also the leadership. Lazaros was around with the good times. Let's be honest. He's played abroad. He's played in Italy.
Yep.
He's played for the Greek national team in a World Cup, in the Euros. I just don't see why not. Like, what else do you have? You know what I mean? I don't know what to say. Like, I think maybe someone off the bench. Why not? Why not?
No, sorry. Go ahead, Adi.
Oh, when we're talking about the veteran presence that we want to have, right? You know, I'm always wary of adding too many veterans, but if you're telling me, oh, I'll get rid of Tzavelas, I'll throw in Manola, I'll get rid of, calling up Stafilidis, I'll throw Lazaros as keep him in there. There are veterans I would prefer, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, if I have to pick and choose between which types of vets and in what positions I'd rather have them, yeah, I would definitely rather have him. After the comments that he made on social media, I doubt that Gus Poyet calls him up now. I doubt that. Yeah. I doubt Epball would want him, getting a look at either. So I don't think that's going to happen. I wouldn't be upset with it, to be honest with you. Again, assuming that we're trading out some vets for others, because like I said, some of the vets that we apparently have put some of our faith in, I'm not about. And I'm not going to lose sleep if they're gone.
Yeah, but there's no Greek players who can go get a goal, a Greek veteran winger or striker. You know what I mean? Like Salpingidis back in the day, Samaras, older player who can go get a goal. There's literally no one alive. Yeah. Literally Klaus remember Klaus?
Klaus Ochi.
He was terrible. He plays for Kardica now in the second division. But anyway.
Klaus.
See,
sorry, go ahead.
Is there literally anyone, I'm going to go on Wikipedia right now. Is there someone over 30 who can get a goal, no, that doesn't exist. That does not exist.
Well, first of all, just a tiny little parenthesis, because you mentioned Tzavelas. Ari, I need be still my heart right now, but Tzavelas is not going to play against Montenegro because he got injured. So he's not going to be part of Gus Poyet's plans. Other than that, it's a full squad. Those who played at Romania, with the exception of Tzavelas, are going to be part of the team for the Montenegro game.
That's interesting. What do you guys think about Zolis and Giannoulis not coming even along?
Well, Zolis was with the U21s.
Yeah, he was the U21s, and Giannoulis, I'm not too sure why he wasn't on the team, but they're definitely part of they should be part of the team going forward. Him, Tsimikas, and Kyriakopoulos for the left back, and Zolis, he needs to be a chapter for the Ethniki and for Greek football. Immense talent and a rare talent, especially when you look at attackers in Greece, because us Greeks are defenders, we're not attackers.
Right.
And that leads me to the next question. What about Adi, your new neighbor? Can he play for the Greek national team? Funtas of
Funtas.
DC United. You think he can come back from DC and play for the Greek national team?
You know, somebody actually, when I was on Twitter a couple days ago, somebody actually was bringing this up about different national teams and when players go to play in the United States or they go to play in the MLS, they just get forgotten about by their national teams.
Kind of, yeah.
And there was like a whole list of them, and it just got me to thinking. And you know, they brought up Giovinco. They actually brought up that Zlatan didn't play a lot for Sweden when he was playing in the MLS. So I'll be honest with you. I mean, even though I thought Funtas could have a role with the national team, just because of all of that, and now having seen all of that information, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets forgotten about. Because the MLS, unfortunately, still isn't being viewed as a competitive league by many European national teams. So it wouldn't surprise me if he's not. But also, if we have a couple of guys that are going to get the job done already without him, do we, you know, I mean, look how many forwards we already had on the list there. And that weren't half bad. Does he have a place?
He's just
I'm
not
not
a
too sure. But
goal getter, is he, as well? He's kind of
he
the
did
small,
it in
quick
Austria.
guy.
he was good with Rapid Vienna, definitely. But
yeah, Costa, go ahead.
no, but back to the whole Lazaros thing. I have to say that ever since the 2014 World Cup, he kind of slipped through the cracks because soon after he joined AEK, and he was intense. He was doing so well. He basically took AEK to the league title. And Michael Skibe, the manager then, who wasn't half bad. I think he was a good manager, Michael Skibe. We almost made it to the World Cup. And we almost beat Belgium in Brussels under him. We did pretty well with him. And then we got Croatia. We got the finalists in the playoffs, and who eliminated us with ease. And he wouldn't call him up. And from then on, there were managers that wouldn't call Lazaros up. And he's a very good player. A lot of tempo.
Before he got hurt
goals,
at Olympiacos as well, he was very good.
And he still is. He still does the work for in Cyprus. He did the work for Atromito. Somebody wrote in the comment section that Lazaros will be 38 in the Euros. Guys, Karagounis was 37 in the 2014 World Cup. You know, I understand. I think Thomas Sa makes a very good point. But still, I mean, there are those kind of players for whom age is just a number. And Lazaros is not just what he brings on the pitch, but also what he brings in the dressing room. Greece don't have personalities. We've covered this so many times. There's no personalities backstage. Lazaros would bring that factor. And he still plays. He still racks up the numbers. He still gets the stats.
And I don't want to be the guy, but there is one person in my mind now that I had to think of it. Apostolos Velios. He has to be called up, now playing for Lamia. What do you guys think after flopping in Romania? I think he just needs to get back and score some goals for Lamia. Unfortunately, he's played 8 games. He's not scored a goal, but that means nothing. I've also just looked. He's also only scored 1 goal in 3 years, but he's just a bit out of form. I think he puts a few in the back of the net and he gets called up. I think he's good to go.
I think you need a one-man show is what I think.
I think so. I think I could go like this all night. 6'3", I don't know. I think he has all the...
Labros' hot tamales, we're going to call it.
He's bald. He doesn't have hair. I don't know. Makes it easier for him to have the ball. I don't know.
Lambros' random nonsense. Like
I was looking for strikers. Like I went on Wikipedia and he came up, and I was like, oh
my god.
Who says no?
All right, we're coming up on it now here, Lambro. I know you didn't watch it, and I know it was a friendly, Costa, so it's really hard to do a coach's grade because you expect to see some changes. But whatever, let's just do it. Go ahead. You have a man of the match and a coach's grade for the friendly.
Oh. Well, coach's grade A-. Poyet got what he wanted. He got a win and a clean sheet. I mean, that is so important for a match. It doesn't matter if it's an official game or a friendly. You wanna get a, because at the end of the day, it's results that speak out. And us Greeks were very spoiled under Ottore Heiken and Fernando Santos. Yes, the games were boring as shit, but Greece got the wins. Yeah, even against teams like Malta, who we had to beat with a last-ditch goal, but at least we won. Because then, we saw what happened with Faroe Islands, with Kosovo. God damn it, Kosovo. If we don't score at least 6 goals across both games, I swear to God. But that's very important. At the end of the day, yeah, there are issues. There's a lot of work to be done. But you know what? First game, A-. As for man of the match, I'm not too sure if I'm being honest. I really liked Rota. Bukhalakis, though, got the goal, and I think he was pretty solid in midfield next to Siopis and Madalos when he pushed forward and pushed back. I'm going to give it to Bukhalakis. Screw it.
No, I think that's a fair shout. Bukhalakis got the goal. He also did his job. He always does his job in the midfield. You know, I mean, he had a 90% pass accuracy, so he didn't really give anything up, as it were. So no, yeah, good. I think that's a fair shout, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna give him an A- too, because we saw him change things up a little bit. I like that he did change things up, unlike JVS, who waited till things got to shit and then just threw whatever it was. I liked there was a strategy, there was a method to the change when he made the change in the second half. I liked seeing that different look. I liked seeing him experiment a little bit, giving a few different types of people a go. I really liked what I saw in the first half. Again, I know that the goals weren't flooding, but I saw intent. I saw creation. I saw a strategy, and this is what I never saw under JVS. I did not see a cohesive offensive strategy, something that we employed consistently, at least not after that first couple of games when he came in. So I'm happy that I saw that. First impression so far is pretty good, and we'll see what happens against Montenegro.
Do I get to go as well?
Yeah, did you watch the game?
No, but it doesn't matter. I'm going with man of the match, Vangelis Pavlidis, for the interview he gave with Betarades like last month. He seems like a really nice guy. He had a cool house in the Netherlands. He seemed nice enough. The training facility where he plays looked nice. Betarades always doing good interviews. And then coaching grade, I'm going with, you have to knock him for B+, because Montalos was captain. That's it. B+. Other than that, it would have been A+, but he got knocked down a full letter grade for that. That's some clown behavior. And that's it.
Labros is strict, guys. Labros is strict. Like
no, it's Montalos. Come on, give it to Lazaros Rota or whatever. The guy. God damn it.
No, but Lazaros Rota actually did what I kind of hoped he would do. So I thought he was quite good.
He played in his position, like
yeah.
Imagine that in years. Like
you play people in their positions, and oh my god, the game changes. We're not reinventing the damn wheel here.
Yes,
unbelievable.
I can't wait to watch the game tomorrow night. I'm super excited.
Yeah,
are you?
Costa, don't ask that question. I said I'm excited. You don't need to poke a little closer. Montenegro is one of the biggest teams in Europe. I'm excited to see washed up Stefan Jovetic still banging in the goals, but let's see.
Jesus.
Come on,
guys.
Come on, let's do this. I am excited. Come on, let's do this.
Let's go.
I'm excited too. We had a couple, like a year. How long? My God, was it 2 years or a year and a half with JVS?
After that big season.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, so like after that, it's just I just like to have hope again. It's nice to have hope again.
Yeah, it is. It is.
We're gonna keep the hope. We're gonna roll with it because it's nice to feel better than shitty like we did for a year and a half. Anyway, boys, girls, if you haven't done so already, don't forget to like and subscribe. Help us grow this, not just Olympiacos community, this Greek football community as well. The bigger it gets, the more stuff we can do. We've met quite a few of you, having a blast with you guys. The comments are fantastic. I never thought I'd see so many people that were interested in football data as well. Keep filling the DMs. Keep filling my DMs with it, guys. I love it. I love people engaging me with that. It's so much fun. And just join the community. We bring people live all the time. We might have another one of those lives where we get the audience to come in. So don't forget to subscribe so you can join the chat, and then also join us live once in a while as well.
Yeah.
So boys, anything else before we get moving?
Yeah, I'm thinking another episode we should do a pop culture open the phones episode. I think that's on the cards.
Yeah.
Pop culture? Oh dear.
I don't know, TV, movies, because we were talking about that new Lakers show, which is very good on TV.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Maybe we could talk about that. We could talk about the Oscars are happening tonight.
Oh,
How are they?
Do people watch that? Like I don't know. Like I just
I
read the
won't.
next day.
I'll be like I said in the intro. I'm gonna be at Troy Hill Park watching Olympiacos DC. Might do an Instagram live while I'm there. Hang out with some of the players, getting some of that footage for the docu-series. So if you guys
Also,
are
the
in
movies
area,
that win
come
are
hang
kind
out.
of ass. Like, can we just be
Always.
honest? Like, sometimes the movies are so bad. It's like, why did this win? It's like, this sucks. This like black and white, like Soviet Union film. Like, it's 2022. I don't want to watch that. Like, why did that just win?
Well,
hate it.
Soviet Union is not that old. It's not that far back.
No, but we're
It's not
talking about like
relevant these
1950
days.
Soviet Union, and then they make it black and white to be edgy. God damn it!
Toma-
It doesn't need to be in
tomato,
black and
tomato.
white.
Oh my god, we're a
Alrighty,
football
just
show.
close
We're
this
not
episode.
a we're not a movie show.
Goddammit. We're not cultured people, okay?
Damn right.
This wouldn't be Gate 7 International without a Lambro fueled rant. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you everyone for listening, especially if you made it this far through my vocal mishaps, Lambro's rants.
Yeah,
I hope you
I got a
guys
lot
had
on
a
my
good
mind.
time.
I
We'll
was
see
here
you
as
guys.
well.
Yeah, of course.
Costa
You
was
didn't
here
do
as
anything
well with
bad.
like real
also chill,
journalistic
okay?
integrity and analysis. Like, yeah.
You're the positive, not the negative.
The most boring one, actually.
Shut up.
Everyone brings something, and here's nerd alert over there with the analysis.
Like everyone's like, hold on, the news is on. Like, I'm gonna lower the volume.
All right, boys. This is Gate 7 International by the fans for the fans. We'll see you next time.
Kadima, you go!